Alright guys, we're at Asaa Racing, getting the headers put on Pegasus, the headers and the mid pipe, actually bright and early in the morning. I know he's really dirty right now. This has got to be the dirtiest y'all have seen Pegasus, but y'all gotta kind of bear with me. I had to drop it off in the middle of the night and it was pouring down raining, and I couldn't wait to get this done, so just excuse me. Later on in the video, I'm going to explain to you guys what headers are, what they do, and the process of putting them on too, so y'all stay tuned, as well as the mid pipe too. In a few minutes they'll be getting him on the rack, and then we'll dive into the actual process of the video. Okay, while he's getting everything out the box, making sure we have everything, I want to explain to you guys what headers are. Basically, I want you to think of them as the throat of the vehicle. These headers and mid pipe are going to help the vehicle breathe more efficiently. And when you're upgrading your headers, you want to think about what's your long-term goal as far as your engine build. What I mean by that, are you planning on going forced induction such as a supercharger or turbocharger? Or do you plan to stay naturally aspirated, which means no supercharger or turbocharger? Now we have our long tube headers in front of us. This is 1 7/8 inch, super big compared to the stock. And on this side we have our high flow cats. Our high flow cats are here and our high flow cats are here. And then in the middle towards the top we have our H pipe, which is also known as the mid pipe. And this is the long tube headers. And you're going to see the comparison to the once he gets the old ones off. And in this box right here we have our 3-inch band clamps, which is what connects everything. And right here in this box we got all our bolts and gaskets, everything we need to get the job done. So we ready. Back to the meaning of headers. So throat of the vehicle. On stock headers, they're usually like a shorty type stock header, which means they don't run all the way down to the bottom of the car, and they come with catalytic converters as your mid pipe. Now cats are pretty much suffocating the airflow of the vehicle and restricting it. So by going with bigger long tube headers and high flow cats, you open up the airflow and allow the vehicle to breathe better, which also allows it to be more fuel efficient and gives it better performance and horsepower as well as torque. Okay, he has the original headers off. That's the original cats we're looking at. O2 sensor that's dangling right there. You got your mid pipe, H pipe, which is right here. This is the H pipe that is about to come off, and this is where the new headers are going to go, right up in here. Now that everything's off, I'll show you how airflow restricting this setup is. Now these are the original headers right here. See how short they are compared to the long tube headers. And right over here is the original H pipe. See how small that is compared to the Cook's H pipe that I have. And look how massive those cats are. Now let's compare it to the new setup. Woo, the long tube headers. Now I know you see the size difference. Now pay close attention to the H pipe. See how much bigger that is? And see how much smaller those cats are? Whew, y'all, Pegasus about to breathe like he'd have been cleared of bronchitis. Now we done got the regular cats off, we got the old headers off. You're looking at the rest of the exhaust right there. Like I said, this is about to open up the airflow, give me more power, more torque. Right here you are looking at the long tube headers right here, and that's the O2 sensors dangling in front of me. We'll connect those once we get the H pipe up, but those are the headers. And we're gonna hook this sucker up right here. This is where the H pipe and high flow cats are gonna go, and then we'll be done. So stay tuned. Quick tip, be sure to keep your old exhaust just in case you run into any issues with your new setup, or if you decide you don't like your new setup, you can always swap it back to the stock. Man, I'm just really mind blown at the size comparison of these headers. Like I said, you don't want to go too big on the headers. You want it to make sense, because if you go too big, you're going to lose horsepower and torque. There's not enough back pressure or force to keep that horsepower and torque going. So if you stay naturally aspirated, which means no supercharger, no turbocharger, don't get the largest freaking headers out there on the market. Keep that in mind. One major tip I left off: if you're going turbo or already have a turbo setup, you don't need a long tube setup like this. Just go short tube, because that turbo is going to connect right up to that short tube header. And also, I'm going over my exhaust setup one more time so you guys get an idea of the size comparison to the stock. And now I'm going to give you guys an update on where we're at now. We got the high flow cats hooked up to the headers. and I'm gonna point those out to you guys so you can see exactly where they're at. We got a high flow cats right here, and they're hooked up to our headers right up in there. Now we're gonna go ahead and hook up the H pipe to the high flow cats. All right, we got the high flow cats hooked up to the H pipe, high flow cats hooked up to the headers. Now we just have to hook the H pipe up to the rest of the exhaust, and then we are good to go. Oh my God, look at that. We got headers to the high flow cats to H pipe to the rest of the exhaust. Now let's fire it up and let's hear it.
Start cheese, fire in the hole. One more.
Okay, since it was already too dark tonight, I got the headers installed to kind of do a sound clip of the after, of the drive-by and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera up somewhere, do a quick 0 to 40 so you can hear what the headers sound like, here really open up real good. I'm gonna also do a rev as well so you can really see the difference of how the headers now are really helping Pegasus breathe. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up somewhere to do a couple passes and get some sound clips real quick before the sun goes down. So let's check it out. Cook's long tube headers 1 7/8 inch definitely was the way to go. Noticing a tremendous difference in horsepower and pickup even without the tune, guys. Just from the sound clips, I know you guys see how nasty it just sounds on the takeoff. As I roll out, just pick up everything, man. I just love it. Like, I don't even have anything negative to say about the Cook's long tube headers. I mean, they look real pretty underneath the car, real sexy, you know, nice and shiny. Yeah, but all in all, I got no complaints. I'm highly satisfied. I got a couple more mods to do before I'm really getting them to optimal performance. Like I said, right now, guys, the first goal of the project as far as the performance goes is seeing how far I can go with this vehicle naturally aspirated. But I'm also keeping in mind that the long-term goal is supercharged. So as I do these mods, I'm making sure that I'm setting myself up for the supercharger. So you have to keep the end in mind. So remember that, guys. But anyways, highly satisfied with the headers. Thinking about going catless probably in the future. So stay tuned because the high flows may change. I don't know. We never know, you know. But yeah, highly satisfied. So guys, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, hit the bell right next to it so you stay updated on all my upcoming videos. I love you guys so much for the support, and I'll see you guys soon. Godspeed.